Welcome back to the Morning Edition here on I-24 News. Let's say hello and good morning again to Ami Kaufman with the Viral Spiral. That is the web review.
Yes.
So, make us smile this morning.
I got a lot of viral videos that are going around.
Right.
This one is from the BBC, and it took place on a very popular show called The Andrew Marr Show, and they hosted both David Cameron and a rock band called Squeeze, which was popular in the 70s. And what they did is they changed the lyrics of one of their songs to bash David Cameron unsuspectedly as he was sitting. Let's take a look at it, and then I'll kind of read what they were saying. Let's take a look at this little video here. So what he basically said is, he said, "I grew up in council houses, part of what made Britain great. There are some here who are hell-bent on the destruction of the welfare state." And then, as you could see, David Cameron there was like clapping his hands at the end of that.
Yeah, he wasn't really listening
to
the lyrics.
It was a bit odd. Everybody's talking about that one in Britain.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one on Instagram I think you should follow. This is a blogger who is doing something that's called bread facing.
Bread facing?
Bread facing.
Wasn't that like a trend with cats?
I don't think so. But this woman, she's Asian, but she lives in Brooklyn. She's a copywriter. She wants to stay anonymous. Nobody really knows her name. What she does is she posts these videos of herself smushing her face into bread, and a lot of people are now copycatting this and doing this on the web.
That sounds strangely satisfying.
Let's take a look. It looks great. Let's just take a look at it. It's amazing. I am so going to do this and send you a video.
Yeah, no, it looks satisfying.
I love the headline, by the way, New York Times. This is her face. This is her face in bread. Any questions? You remember that anti-drug? This is your brain on drugs. This is your drugs.
Oh my gosh,
it's
that's hysterical. It looks like a really bizarre beauty treatment or something, but I don't think there's any, benefits of smushing your face in bread actually to your pores.
I don't know, but it looks really relaxing.
Yeah.
Anyway. You were talking before in the other segment about Powerball and the 1.3 billion. Well, I want to show you this video of a news reporter who went to interview some people in the one that was only the 900 million. But I think that was on Saturday. People were filling out forms, and this guy had a really strange reaction to what she was asking. Let's check it out.
We're here at the line where people are doing it the old-fashioned way. They're just filling out bubbles here. I want to turn some of these people around and ask you guys, sir, can I ask you what your lucky numbers are?
I'm going to pick 14, 24, 2, 7, and 15.
Those are your lucky numbers. Can I tell you do you know your chances of winning?
Slim to none.
Slim to none, you're right. Let me tell you, it's 1 out of 292 million. What do you think about that?
I knew it.
You knew it. Your numbers are lucky, though, am I right?
I hope so.
Can I ask you, if you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Oh, okay, that's not good. We were hoping for a different answer.
Okay,
a little too honest, just a little too honest there. Too much information there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of money to spend on that.
Yeah, it's a lot of cocaine and hookers, unfortunately.
I think you could buy all the cocaine in the world for that amount.
He has no shame in trafficking women, apparently. That's no problem with him.
I think it's hilarious when people give those frank answers to news. I mean, I would just be like, all right.
Yeah, he probably just snorted a few seconds before that.
Right, yeah.
This is probably one of the most popular things on Kickstarter now. It's a hoodie that is inflatable.
I have seen this.
You saw this?
It looks incredible.
Let's watch their promotional video. It's great.
We believe that we truly can elevate small aspects of life. We believe that we can increase efficiency of our downtime. No tricks, no gimmicks. We're focused on one thing. And we do one thing the best that we can possibly do it. We make hoods become pillows.
Genius.
Pure genius. Pretty comfy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You gonna buy me one?
Okay.
Thank you.
For I would say, when's your birthday?
August 7th.
Okay, well,
It's got a while
we have
to
a little while to
save
wait,
up,
but- okay,
Meredith.
I'll
for-
save
yeah.
up. Yeah, who knows how much those are going for? Those look fancy.
Yeah, pretty good.
Sounds good. August 7th. Here we come.
Everybody's
Yeah.
talking about Star Wars, Star Wars, the new, the Force Awakens. I think that last
Yeah.
one was called. It's a great movie. I saw it. It was fantastic. This one is actually about a video that a father is showing his little girl Annabelle the Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. And you know, if you haven't seen this movie, this is a spoiler. It's already 35 years old. It's hard to spoil a movie that's old, but still. I'm going to spoil it for you.
Okay.
So turn off your video, whatever, if you don't want to watch this. But there's that scene there where Luke Skywalker finds out that Darth Vader is his father.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. I spoiled it. But let's see how she reacts to it. The first time she's seeing it is kind of funny. She's everyone, like us.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me it now. He told me you. No. I am your father.
I have two words for you. Mind blown. That little girl.
She is totally mind blown.
Yeah.
That was us 35 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was about the same age.
I wasn't alive.
Oh my God. Now I feel really old.
Yeah, but
okay.
eventually was surprised at
Yes.
some point.
And the last one, this is from Mashable, showing us this another Instagram account that is kind of funny. This guy is from Britain. All he does with his Instagram account is he takes photographs of angry notes that people leave on cars.
Oh, these are so
that
satisfying. I love. Have
You know,
you
when you
ever
park it,
fantasized about doing that?
I've never done it.
Okay.
But when I see this, I apologize for the
F-bomb.
language here. Some of the language here is pretty dark, but it's British as well.
Oh, this is so British.
yeah.
They sound so polite when they swear, don't they?
That's
They
right.
really. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he's like I don't know, the bad guy in all of us. I have
Yeah.
some fantasies about.
Right.
Speaking my mind to some people.
Yeah, some people have too much time on the
By way
web, right?
of
That's what they
notes.
do. They just post these photos and
But
the
that's
whole
funny,
Instagram
actually.
account.
That's
It's
a
great.
good one. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ami, for this. And so we've had a lot of fun, but we're going to a very serious topic: the death of David Bowie at 69. It came after an 18-month battle with cancer, and just 3 days after his new album titled Black Star has hit the stores to rave reviews. Now, millions of music lovers around the world went into deep mourning as the news of Bowie's passing sank in throughout the day, crowding near his Brixton, London childhood home in disbelief and flooding social media with his groundbreaking musical landmarks. Tributes from pop stars and rock legends such as Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, Brian Eno, Iggy Pop, Madonna, and Kanye West and Pharrell Williams are still pouring in, all paying their respects to the iconic shapeshifter who revolutionized rock, pop, and culture at large, with a career spanning 4 decades of touching people's hearts and minds. David Bowie will certainly be missed. So with me in studio is arts, music, and culture critic Avi Pichon. Thank you so much for being with us. I'm Pichon. We went over this. I'm just so used to the Israeli pronunciation. Pichon, thank you so much for being with us. But we're also joined now live by an Israeli musician who actually played the bass guitar on Bowie's album Outside. We will be with him soon. I'm sorry about that. So we'll begin with you, Avi. As someone who's written books on Bowie, you really are familiar with his work. What sort of influence did he have on not only music, on the world?
Yeah, I think writing about him and talking about him, it's not like he needs a missionary to, he doesn't need me to speak on his behalf, but I guess discussing him is a matter of trying to understand. I always talk to him like I compare him to, I liken him to a beacon, to a guiding light, to a lighthouse. And this lighthouse opened for me when I was 12 years old, and his album, his 1980 album Scary Monsters came out, and it was like the complete opposite of the tedious banality of the life around me, of just boredom. I was a bored teenager, and like millions of others, he filled my life with color, with sound and vision, to paraphrase one of his songs. And I think he was always besides being a shapeshifter, which he's so well known for, he was also a master of perfect timing, which is now almost overwhelming when you consider the release of his newest album on his birthday and him passing away just a few days later, and realizing that he knew that all along. It's amazing.
Do you think he realized that this was his last album that he was working on?
Oh yeah, absolutely. He kept it secret.
Does that come through in the album?
Absolutely, and that's also one of his genius artistic feats, because David Bowie's very last single, which is called Lazarus, which is the third track on the album, it's a farewell to the world, it's a farewell to his fans, and also the genius about it is that he knew that we are going to listen to the lyrics and to watch the video when he's still alive, and we're just watching it as if it's just a single from his new album, and again when we know that he's already
died. It was quite prophetic, really.
It's prophetic, and it's really. I watched it again while I was rewriting my review of the album in light of his passing away, and it was a very difficult watch. I mean, you can see him in his deathbed, basically, and there's a cupboard opening and a hand reaching out, and he's rising up from his bed, and you watched it a few days ago, and it you
meant
thought
something
maybe
totally different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not
and
something
he knew. He planned everything.
Now, his death came as such a shock to the whole world. Is that because he really kept his cancer under wrap?
Yes, and that's also, I mean, in these times, to be able to keep a secret like this shows both his artistic control over his life and his work, but also, I would probably assume, the deep respect so many people have towards him that may explain why the few who knew, nobody leaked it, nobody gave the game away. They respected him until
scoop,
the end.
Isn't it?
Pardon?
It's a big scoop to know that a pop star is
exactly,
very, very ill.
Exactly. I mean, very few people knew his producer, his family, of course, but he made his death a work of art, which is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, and it's unbelievable that he lived a few days after it was released as well. So it's the timing of all of this. It's very eerie, isn't it? It's very chilling.
Uncanny.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're joined now live, as we mentioned earlier, by an Israeli musician who actually played the bass guitar on Bowie's album Outside, one of Israel's finest producers and musicians, Yossi Find. Thank you for being with us this morning. So you played with Bowie in studio and in concert in Israel. What was he like in person?
First of all, I did not play with him in a concert, just on the record in the studio on Outside, just to make it clear. It was a great moment, a week in my life, because the experience of somebody that was so open-minded, broad horizons, somebody that is that I was able to finally try things that nobody else, I never allowed myself to try with anybody else, and I was like, he will get it, he will get it. He was so intelligent being, a little bit above the rest. So it was a great experience. It was very influential on me for years to come. I think that was the point that it was made between me being a musician for hire as a player, rather than later I became more like an artist. And I think that watching him, how he operates, gave me a lot of courage to do it.
And reading many quotes now a day after his passing that have been circulating in the media, we understand that he put a lot of pressure on himself to constantly reinvent, to constantly become something new, something that can have an impact on people. Was he a perfectionist in any way? Did you get that?
No, no. I think that he. It's funny. He was not a perfectionist because in a certain way, when we recorded the songs, all he cared about was absolutely. He was not a perfectionist. I can tell you that. But the one thing, he always wanted to do things that would sound different than what the norm would be. And he would insist that it would be done, maybe let's try it a different way, in a different way. And then once it was done, he would move on immediately to the next song, and that would be it. So I think that in that sense, he let a lot of stuff and a lot of things be, and he trusted the musicians around him as well. He would not nitpick on anything. And I think that that was, unless he didn't like something, and then he would insist that it would be done.
Of course,
so I think
as any artist would.
have,
But Yossi, unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you so much for joining us this morning and really painting a picture of for us of who this man really was. And also thank you to Avi as well for being here. And come